You guys are all from Thailand?
Yes.
Where in Thailand?
Bangkok.
Bangkok? Awesome. Also, the coolest part of this building is the Saints 24 convenience store right behind you.
And he also is more on the recovery side of stuff. Being faster than somebody or quicker than somebody is better than having a 4-year program.
Because you are maybe thinking about prep school in the U.S., I'm meeting kids from countries that I did not even know existed. And if you're wondering, yes, we do have students from Thailand, so it's not like you all will be the only ones.
My name is Trent Morgan. I am one of the assistant directors of admission here at Marymount University. Thank you so much for coming to visit us today. Hopefully, it started early, so it's not going to be too hot. You guys are all from Thailand?
Yes.
Where in Thailand?
Bangkok.
Bangkok? Awesome. Okay. Is this their first time in the United States? Okay, so a few. And who's already been to the United States before? Awesome. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to go around the back of the building and follow me. We're going to go out and into the left. All right? Not Catholic and you're a person of another faith, you are just as welcome at the university. There's prayer rooms around campus. You can choose your own religion. And there's many buildings in the area that service all sorts of religions, no matter what your faith might be. Or if you're a person of no faith, you're equally as welcome. Right behind me is our security shack. That's where our campus safety is. They have officers on call 24/7 to make sure our students are feeling safe. They'll do a lot of extra things around. Sometimes, if you're injured or something, they can have availability to drive you around campus and help you out a bit. But yeah, ready to move on?
Yeah.
Great place to do so. Also, the coolest part of this building is the Saints 24 convenience store right behind you. At Saints 24, all you do is tap your card, you go in, you grab whatever you want, and you leave. All right, it charges your card, and you get all the snacks you want. There's chips, there's sodas, there's ramen noodles, there's water, there's snacks, candy. It's a great place to go if, maybe you're running late for class and you gotta go grab something quick to eat. So a lot of our students take advantage of it. Any questions? All right, let's keep moving. Is to get good grades. Number 2, take hard classes. Okay, usually in high school, there's going to be different opportunities for you to take more challenging classes. We recommend students to do this because it prepares you more for what a college class is going to be like. In the United States, we have something called AP courses, which is actual college classes you're taking. Some students take what's called dual enrollment, which is where you're taking actual classes with a college while you're still in high school. Other times schools have honors, which is just a little bit more difficult. So we recommend taking as many more difficult classes as you can to show us that you're prepared. Okay? Number 3, do more than just go to school and go home. Okay? You're all athletes. That's great. Okay? We're looking for students who aren't just good in the classroom, but good people and well-rounded citizens. Okay? Volunteering, community service, playing sports, joining clubs, playing a musical instrument. Those are all really good things that show us that you're a well-rounded student. 4, we'll make this the last one, be proactive. Does anyone know what this means? Proactive? Okay. It means taking the initiative, doing something before you actually need to do it. For example, most students tour colleges when they're a junior in high school, when they're like 16 years old. You're already getting ahead of the game because you're all what? Between 10 and 14? Yeah. So you're already ahead of the game. You're getting out, you're looking at colleges, you're getting in touch with people like me who work in admissions. Be proactive. Look at all these things before it's the last second. All right, because making a choice where you go to college is very important. So whether you come to a school like Marymount or another lucky institution to have you, keep those things in mind as you begin to apply for college once you get a little bit older.
Sprints, that type of stuff. We track all of that stuff. And our strength coach here is a little bit different than your normal strength coach. He came from the Division I level, and he also is more on the recovery side of stuff, sports science side of stuff. So he's not just going to load a bunch of weight up on the bar. Every lift has a purpose, I would say. It's more about lifting the bar fast instead of putting a bunch of weight on there to push that. So it's more about explosive strength and functional strength compared to just the strongest thing you can get. Right? As basketball players, we need to have functional strength. You guys got any questions? Yeah. So when I was 11, I lived with my mom in Alexandria, so I grew up there, like a rougher side of the city. And when I was 11, my dad actually, fully got custody of me and my brother. So we moved with my father to a town called Gainesville, which is like a country town in Northern Virginia. So like middle of nowhere. The basketball was actually better out there. So that was the first time I ever started taking it a little bit more serious. I was into basketball and football growing up. My dad played football at Syracuse University, Division I football. So I was more into that when I was young. But I was really, really competitive. I didn't make the A team when I moved to Gainesville for the first time. That was my first time ever not making a team. Didn't make the top team. That's crazy. So I took that really personal, and I just quit football, and I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. So when I was 12, I basically made a list of guys that were on that A team. I was like, I'm going to be better than them in 2 years. Over the next 2 years, I just worked my butt off every day. I had a motto, 1% better every day, and I just worked towards that. So that was the first time I started doing drills. I was doing 2-ball ball handling. At that time, I was doing a lot of I had an older brother, so playing a lot of one-on-one. I'd go to the gym and play against older guys. And luckily in this area, it's really good basketball, the DMV area. They say it's the best basketball in the country. So then by 13, I was a defender. I was more of a defensive guy, so I ended up winning Defensive Player of the Year in the state of Virginia for middle school. But I really wanted to become an offensive player, so then I started training that. And when I was in 9th grade, I was lucky enough to make varsity and be the first freshman in my school history to make varsity. So that summer, I really locked in the gym and improved my ball handling, my footwork, and became a true point guard. And my sophomore year, I averaged 15 and 8 assists as a sophomore on varsity. And from there, I was ranked 9th in the state of Virginia out of thousands of people. I would say it depends on the position, really, right? Because if it's a 6'9" kid, right, maybe I'm looking at how well does he catch, how good are his hands, how well is his touch around the basket, or if he has none of those things, how athletic is he? Does he have a 40-inch vertical? Can he block shots? How is the timing on that? And what's keeping him from maybe being a higher level player? There was a kid I watched, so I played Division II. There was a kid I watched for my Division II coach last weekend. He was 6'9", super athletic, 40-inch vertical, had some decent touch around the rim, but he couldn't shoot the three. Well, that's why he's a Division II player. So just noticing little things of, okay, well, if I give him a jump shot, maybe it's a Division I player, right? If I give him good hands, right, is he an all-conference big at our level? So noticing that when it comes to bigs. When it comes to guards, I would assume most of you guys are probably going to be point guard, shooting guard. How skilled is he? So are you good at getting what's called paint touches? Do you consistently get into the paint? So you have to have a skill set to do that, right? How quick is he? Because my personal opinion, being faster than somebody or quicker than somebody is better than having a 40-inch vertical. If you are just super quick on the court and guys can't stay in front of you, you can get wherever you want.
primarily for like meeting new people and creating new friends.
Totally. Because, I mean, I remember like my freshman year English class, like we usually start like 5 or 10 minutes into the class and we'd also be out here hanging out, having a good time at the beginning of the class. And I met a lot of people in my class that way, so I think that was definitely a benefit. This room is really cool. So when it was built, our founding headmaster, the school is actually in debt, so we did not have enough money to build this. And so he reached out to people that he knew at different colleges and boarding schools around the U.S. and asked them to buy a window and basically use those funds to create the building. So all the crests you see on the windows, our founding headmaster knew people at those schools and commissioned them basically to buy a window. And then if you look at the wooden crests around here, these are all European boarding schools. Everything is hand carved in here, super ornate, super detailed. It's a really cool space. We use it for other things as well. Sometimes there's like athletic banquets in here. They probably use it for reunion weekends with the students are from. Reserve classroom projects for the so we have a lot of jobs running on here. We have like one of
Owner. I don't work at Mercersburg, but Coach B is like a sister to me, and we do a lot of basketball skills development stuff. So she's called me up here to spend some time with you guys. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, Tyler started Game Changers. How long has it been?
16.
10, almost 10 years at this point, so definitely got a lot of experience working with kids of all ages, and we're super excited to have y'all here to get some work in. Now, I'm definitely not going to remember your names, but just tell me your name, favorite basketball player. And when it's your turn, make sure you say, with some bass in your voice, right? With some confidence. Confidence is key. All right, go ahead.
My name is Oso, and I like cake.
Okay.
My name is Billy, and I like the frog.
Okay.
My name is Don, and I like Tiger.
Okay.
My name is Renee and I like Steph Curry.
Okay.
My name is Kaden and I like Stephon Castle.
That's a good choice.
My name is Hanu, I like Curry. My name is Ray and I like Curry.
Okay.
My name is God, and I like Yuki Kamamna.
Okay.
My name is Adila, I like Dylan Booker.
Okay.
My name is Tori, and I like Stephen.
Okay.
My name is Nava, and I like Cameron.
Alrighty.
My name is Gigi, I like Kyrie.
Okay.
My name is Tom, and I like Luca.
Okay. Okay.
My name is Paul. I like
Don't laugh at him.
Shaq O'Neal.
And I'll say my favorite players: retired Manu Ginobili, if you know who that is, and then now LaMelo Ball. Love LaMelo Ball. That's great. Because you are maybe thinking about prep school in the U.S. School for 9th and 12th graders. We also have a postgraduate year. So it's like the year after high school when some people want an additional year for recruitment or to maybe get their grades a little better. They can do one more year of high school. I call it the 13th grade, basically. Being a boarding school student means that you stay here on campus. And that's a huge benefit because, usually you're just a day student, right? You go to school and you come back home. But at college, you don't have the luxury to be able to go back home, right? You live at school. So that's why boarding school students have an advantage over students that go to a public high school. Technically, the statistic is 80% of the students that go to boarding schools and some private schools are more prepared than less than 40% of students that attend public and some private high schools. So it's definitely a place where your academics are going to take a step up, but you're not going to be doing rocket science every day, right? And you have to be involved in some sort of activity after school. I'm assuming we all play basketball, yes? No? Yes? Okay, thank you. So, basketball could be one of your activities. You're going to be meeting and having classes with students that come from 30 different countries, 32 different states. I'm meeting kids from countries that I did not even know existed. And if you're wondering, yes, we do have students from Thailand, so it's not like you all will be the only ones.